Yeah, and another one. Yeah, I dedicate. Keep up. Many of you all won't be standing by the end of this exercise. Let's put them to the test. Yeah, pardon my apology, but probably ain't my policy. I'm cooking up my future, nigga, you get a part of me. No matter.
Alright, so if you can't tell, we're in the building with the one and only J.Flo, Chattanooga, Tennessee. If you ask me, leading artist out of the city, man. He making noise and other people just need to follow.
That's weird.
That's truth. Don't be so modest, brother. So if you didn't know, this is HighKlassTV Behind the Lens Sessions with J.Flo. So introduce yourself, brother.
You kind of just did that. So, hi guys. I'm Cool Kid, Simp Gatsby, J.Flo. I just be rapping and stuff. And
just be rapping and stuff?
I just be rapping and stuff.
Okay.
I'm glad people like it.
Yeah, apparently there's a lot of people that like it. You getting paid for shows. Ain't a lot of Chattanooga artists can say that right now.
I pay myself for shows.
That's smart.
That's like Tyler Perry does.
And look where he at now.
Better than me. Tyler Perry ain't got to clock in nowhere. I still do.
For now. For now.
I mean, yeah. For now.
So, how did you get the name J.Flo? And have you released any other music under a different name or moniker?
I did, but you'll never find it. Nobody ever find it. I can't even find it. Because the studio hard drive crashed. And that was in 2006.
So what was this name?
Not going to tell you because you'll never find it. If I give people a name, then they're going to try to search. And then one person will be able to find something. And then somebody got to die. So to avoid that from happening, because I wouldn't fare well in the prison system, we'll just say that I did have another moniker which will not be named. And I did have music under that moniker which will not be named. And I got my actual rap name in 2008 at Wilkins Research. Fucking Mark Franklin gave me that name.
Shout out to Mark. We know Mark.
Because I was supposed to be doing surveys on the news or fucking radio or some shit. And I wasn't really, that job paid $8 an hour. I didn't care. So I had my little composition books. And I used to write in my books when I was supposed to be getting surveys. And Mark was the supervisor. And he used to always call me J.Flo. He's like, I see you, Jay. I see you flowing. And I was like, okay.
That worked.
And kind of just fell into it.
So, not even a hint at what an old moniker was?
Not even, unless you knew me between 2006 and 2008. There's absolutely nobody that would know. Only the people that know me. And if y'all tell somebody, there's only a select few of y'all. Y'all tell somebody you got to see me. 400.
So that mean I could ask Denzel and he could tell me?
Denzel didn't meet me until 2009.
Dang. Okay, so he out of the picture. I'm trying to think. Who else can I go get some information off with some dirt on J.Flo?
It won't be the first one.
So at what point did you fall in love with the culture? With the music, dance, pop culture, movies? Because we all know from experience of being around you, being at your shows, that you can just about quote any song, any movie. You can do every dance that's out there. It's scary to believe. Most people don't know that. But
I don't dance no more. All I do is this. All I do is this.
At what point did you know you had fell in love with the hip hop culture?
Well, for the people that know me, I used to dance. I was a fucking dancer. I thought I was gonna be on America's Next Dance Crew.
ABDC, okay.
Yeah. So it was my freshman year of college. I mean, I wrote a couple verses like in 7th and 8th grade, but they were stupid and full of violence and drug talk, and they were dumb. Because I was just trying to make stuff rhyme. And it's easy to rap about violence because it's available. But freshman year at UTC, My homie Trey E had a studio, and his pops let him keep it as long as he kept his grades up. So one night everybody was in the studio, and he threw a little set in his dorm room. He lived upstairs from me, so he was like, if you're in my room, you gotta rap. And I was like, so I'm gonna leave because I want to dance. And he made me get on the mic, and I rapped. The studio was like facing the wall, so I couldn't see anybody. So I just did like a little freestyle, whatever came to mind. And when it was over, I turned around and everybody had their mouth open. It was like, yo, that was actually kind of dope. I was like, well, I got homework, so I'm gonna go.
So you just exit stage?
Yeah, I gotta go. So plus, I didn't drink and I didn't smoke, so it's kind of weird having one kid in there that don't do nothing. But I mean, he called me the next day and was like, man, I want you to try actually writing to something. And he gave me a song. First song I ever wrote was a song called What If. No, it's not the first song. Yeah, it is. First song I ever wrote was What If, which you'll never hear.
So we got a title to a song.
That song, actually my first 3 songs were on a hard drive that crashed 15 years ago. So no, not 15. What year is this? 2018. 12 years ago.
Okay.
So it was 12 years ago on a desktop computer with a fat back. So you'll never find it. It's all up here.
That's disheartening.
LeVar Ball style. Never lost.
Stupid. Okay. So, but that was the point where you just knew, turning around from that freestyle verse, that I'm good at this and I enjoy this.
Well, no, that's just when I rapped for the first time. I didn't fall in love with it until I actually started writing to. Like, what if, What If was the first song that made me fall in love? Because it was the first song I ever wrote. And the first lyrics I ever wrote was, if a blind man could speak, then would he complain? And if a mute man could talk, then what would he say? Those are the first 2 bars I ever wrote in my life.
Wow.
Like, serious. So.
That's some thought-provoking bars, though, for it to be first.
Yep.
Huh. I'd like to hear that remixed and put in something later, maybe. Possible.
Possibly. Only if Nas is on it. If Nas ain't on it, I ain't gonna do it.
Well, we might be able to work on that later in life.
We'll work on keeping that lyric until the end, too. Shit.
We're going to come back and revisit once you actually drop the song with that bar in it. So as an artist who's able to do any type of music, why don't you do more upbeat or dance, club type music?
Because my mind is weird and it's stupid sometimes. And it only likes to cooperate when it feels the need to write to something. As simply as I can put it.
So
I have to be, something has to speak to me before I can write to it. And that may actually be my downfall. I can't just write like everybody else, but also because I'm 100% sober all the time, the creative process goes a different way because I don't have anything to lend itself to the creative process. It's just my brain, and that's it.
now that's understandable, I guess, in the process of the fact that you don't drink, you don't smoke.
Nope.
And in the world that we live in today, that's a really big influence. You don't pop pills or none of that. You're a completely sober person.
100%.
And that's rare, and especially in the music industry as a whole, let alone society.
It is what it is.
So we mentioned it a little earlier, and you kind of touched on it, that you really wanted to be a dancer. So why don't you dance now? Because we've heard and seen footage of the old J.Flo.
He wasn't J.Flo then. I don't know who that guy was. Listen, man. Diggy Simmons tried to rap and dance, and it didn't go well for him. Only person that's got a pass dancing and rapping was Offset. That's pretty much the only person that's ever gotten a pass for dancing and rapping. So who else has danced and rapped and got away with it?
Tupac.
That don't count. Tupac had a groove, but he wasn't no dancer. He didn't have choreographed steps.
Tupac was a background dancer for Digital Underground.
Tupac was a background blow-up doll humper for Digital Underground, but he didn't have boom cat, 5 count, 6 count, 8 count. He didn't have that.
True.
I was dancing to Marion.
Full
and
on
fucking
routine.
run it. Yeah, full on. No, you can't. No.
You can do it. You
You
can
look
do
like
it.
a damn fool.
Soldier Boy.
That's not dancing. That's not really. I'm talking about. Listen. I was Jabberwocky in this bitch. That's
Okay.
not the same as Yule snap and roll.
Okay, so you was legitly.
I had an ice box where my heart used to be. You can't do that and rap, especially being a conscious rapper. Nobody. Would you take somebody serious if they started dancing and then try to give you political advice?
No.
Exactly. What if Obama came out doing that shit? Would you? I'd vote for him
You would still vote for him.
in a heartbeat.
I would too. Hands down. Not even thinking about it.
But I mean, I don't know, man. I just love art, man. Dancing was cool, but you know, I can live without it. I don't think I can live without music though.
And that's why you are where you are now.
And that's why I'm not dancing anymore. Cause I mean, it is what it is. I got partners that still dance, man. When I see them on the floor, it kind of make me want to, you know, jig a little bit. But no. Plus, I'm old now. Dancing is a young nigga sport.
No, that's a lie, bro. I'm not gonna let you get away with that one.
27 max, bro. That's 28. You're done.
I would literally have to go do some more digging, but
Who's dancing post 28?
non-stop.
That's not like already huge.
True. Okay, I give you that. If you don't have a base,
Exactly. You Got Served, high school. Save the Last Dance, high school. Stomp the Yard, high school.
Martin Short wasn't in high school.
He was in high school. He was going to college. Right after that.
It was based out of high school, but his actual age.
Step Up, high school.
Yeah.
Step Up 2, high school.
Yeah.
That's a young nigga sport.
I give that to you.
The only thing I can do is play the snare drum at this point. Because Nick Cannon was fucking 35 when they filmed Drumline.
Shout out to Nick Cannon.
If Nick Cannon would have
For
signed me
making
to
it look
Incredible,
right.
I'm with it.
Let's go. You Hitman Holla?
I don't want to be on Wild 'N Out. I just want to
No.
be signed to Incredible.
They signed to Incredible.
Are they?
Yeah.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah, they're actually signed to Incredible as artists.
I mean, Nick Cannon makes power moves. I wouldn't be upset.
Hey,
Corey Gunn should have went with him over Young Money.
should have long time ago. He might be feeling those effects now because Guns.
I love Corey Guns, man. I don't even know where he's at now.
He
Fucking weird. He just disappeared.
he's still on the shelf.
I'm pretty sure he's in jail.
So what is about the 90s era that you connect with the most? Because it's very influential in your life. Hence the hat.
Bro, number one, I was born in 88. So my whole childhood is in the 90s. And that's when hip hop was really in its golden stage. You know, it was evolving rapidly. You know what I'm saying? We got the best feeling is in the 90s, no matter what. The best tears you had was in the 90s. The best joy you had was in the 90s. The best barbecue music was in the 90s.
I give you that because even to this day, we still listen to 90s
The
hip hop.
birth of modern lyrical music is in the 90s. Feel me? Fresh Prince was in the 90s. TV, like everything was just a good time before shit got too real. It was just a fun time, man. You can't say nothing bad about the 90s. Other than like Surge or some shit.
The one drink that got
That shit'll
everybody
kill you.
so-
Surge will kill you. Surge and Tang lead to type 2 diabetes by 14.
So, what are or who are your inspirations in music and in life? Change of pace.
Music. My biggest influence to date is Will Smith. Bar none.
I really respect that.
Well, nobody ever says that. And I have reasoning behind everything. Like everybody say, you know, Jay, Ye, or Rakim, EPMD,
Diddy.
Diddy. You know what I'm saying?
Master P.
P, Big Daddy Kane. You know, you got your pioneers, Biggie, Pac, Snoop. You got your pioneers of hip hop, but you know, I didn't have that story. You feel me? So how do I relate to these people when I don't really have where they came from? You know,
Right.
I don't have that reality. I got a 2-parent home. My parents are still married, 33 years.
That's rare.
I ain't had to sell dope. I tried selling drugs in 9th grade because it was cool, and I got expelled. So don't sell drugs because it makes you look fucking stupid. So when I heard, you know, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and parents just don't understand, and Summertime and Nightmare on My Street, and I think I could beat Mike Tyson, and you know, Girls Are Nothing But Trouble.
You pulled out some real music right there because a lot of people won't even know half those tracks are. If you don't know, go look them up.
And Brand New Funk, and you know what I'm saying, Just Cruising, and like a lot of songs that he had was just him. He wasn't trying to fabricate something that he wasn't. He wasn't pretending to play a lane that he wasn't. He was like, I don't have that story, but I have this story, and I'm gonna make it dope to you because that's who I am. And that's why, to stand apart, same reason I got respect for Kanye's first 3 albums. To stand apart means a lot. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be different for people to believe in you.
You got to believe in yourself so people will believe in you.
Yeah, if you don't believe in yourself, you in the wrong field.
So what about life?
Life. Who do I look up to in life?
Inspirations.
I look up to Cole.
Cole is in J. Cole.
Yeah. Kanye stays humble, stays out the way. Kendrick too, man. I try to look up to guys that are in the generation that I'm in because they deal with the same shit that I deal with. You know,
Okay.
I could say Malcolm X. I could say Martin Luther King. I could say Marcus Garvey. I could say Barack Obama. But that's not a battle that I have.
Right.
You know.
It still doesn't fit your life.
Yeah, I mean, it fits the demographic that I'm in, but it doesn't fit my journey. You know what I'm saying?
Understood.
Or things that I can hope to ascertain. I could have been president, but I would have had to start that journey off a lot earlier than where I am right now. I look up to Kanye a lot. Unpopular opinion.
You got on a red hat, so let's talk about that a little bit. What about this mango hat? How you feel about that with Kanye?
I feel like you got to respect Kanye's resolve in being himself and not really giving a fuck what anybody has to say. No matter who it is. If Hov is talking to him, it really don't matter. Kanye is going to do what Kanye wants to do. And I mean, you may not agree with it, but you got to respect the influence from.
Yeah.
You can hate Hitler,
But you got to respect.
but you got to respect the influence.
Because he did a lot of stuff.
Like one man
Convinced the whole world.
a whole nation that this one group of people was bad enough to pretty much spark World War II. One man did that. Like, you got to respect that.
So I got to give that to you. I've never thought about that perspective with Hitler being the influence that this man, he didn't just influence a nation. He influenced the world on a whole scale that Jewish people were just...
Like, I don't think... That's why I say... I mean, and I don't fuck with Hitler at all. Fuck him. Fuck him. Fuck him and Trump. But that's like me telling you pickles are bad, right? And I not only convince you that pickles are bad, but I convince you that everybody that has ever worked in a factory that has made pickles is bad as well. As asinine as that sounds. This man had a army. A whole fucking army dedicated to his vision.
And following just his word.
Just pickles are bad. Nobody eat pickles ever again.
Wow. If people stop eating pickles, Flo, then we're going to have a problem, bro, because I like pickles.
If people stop eating pickles, I'm going to turn around and tell people to eat pickles again.
Just to see if you
Just see if I can do it again.
So jumping back into this music mentality, because we get off on a tangent, start talking political there. If you could do a song with anybody, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
Will Smith.
Will. Over anybody and everybody in the world.
No, Michael
Dead
Jackson.
Or alive. Mike.
Michael Jackson with Quincy Jones and Prince.
Why?
I don't even want to record. I just want to be there. Why not? Like I think people don't really get a chance to be in a room with true greatness.
Jesus.
You know, we have greats, but we don't have greatness.
Understand
So
there's
to
a
just
difference.
to just see that creative process, because I mean, when you're a rapper, dog, you get a beat, you sit down, you listen to the beat, it causes your brain to react a certain way, and words in a certain syntax come out. You write that down and you put it in your phone and you program it in your head, and you edit it. You delete this. You take this line out here and you put it right here. You say, I don't like this chorus. Let me change these words around. I mean, but that's not a songwriter's creative process. That's not a producer's creative process. And to see somebody like Quincy Jones, who has coined so many careers, man, to see him work with arguably two of the greatest musical minds in history.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you want to be around that?
I don't know anybody who wouldn't. I don't care what genre of music that you proclaim that you make or you're a part of, but to be a part of that creative process, absolutely. Just to be in the room to see it happening.
I think Michael Prince will fuck some shit up. Like, for real.
Okay. You've been known to push positive energy, especially in the minority communities. Banking off of greatness, how did you come across this and become your passion? Especially coming from like a two-parent home, not coming from that struggle so much.
It wasn't just me. I can't even take credit for that. It was my bro, Jonathan Hubbard. When Freddie Gray got killed, Hub put a post up that was like, man, you know, enough is enough. You know, we may not be able to change the world, but we got to do something in our city. Like, it's only a matter of time before that shit is here. You know, you always think that it'll never happen here. You know what I'm saying? We always thought, Chattanooga always thought we'd never be on the news, and then we had the shooter. And then before you know it, little old chat is on fucking CNN.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? You always think the shit won't happen until it happens. The question is, will you be ready for it when it does? Not if, when at this point. So he put the post up that night. We met at his crib. Me, him, my homie Trey, my homie Tay, and some more people. And we was like, man, we got to do something. We got to start something up. We got to take care of our people. At least educate them, or at least show them that, you know, we not all separate as black people. Somebody got to do something to bring us together. So, I mean, we kind of fell into it from there.
So that we would say is the initiative United. That's how it started.
Initiative Untitled.
Untitled.
Yeah.
So that's how it started.
That's how it started, man. At Hub House at like 11 o'clock in the backyard. That's where it started.
So what's next?
I mean, we just continue moving the vision, man. You know, I try to bring my music into it. I try to mentor kids and show them it's a different way to create. You know what I'm saying? Your music doesn't have to follow the path of what you see on TV. It doesn't have to be, and no disrespect to them or their craft, but it doesn't have to be Future. It don't have to be Lil Baby, Young Blue. It don't have to be 6ix9ine. It don't have to be Trippie Redd or Lil Pump. Like, there are different ways that you can create and pave your own lane, and people will still rock with you if you're true to yourself.
Back to Will Smith.
Back to, you always got to be true to yourself, man.
Okay, so dealing with initiative, we said Untied, right?
Untitled.
Untitled. The creative process behind the march, is that where the sit down in the backyard stemmed from to focus the march for Chattanooga?
Nope.
So how did that come about?
Just out the clear fucking blue sky.
It was actually pretty successful, bro.
Yeah, I mean it was so random, man. My homie Hub, Tay, King, Trey, me, Kendall, Shalice, and King. Did I say King?
You said King.
And Q and Wiley. They was doing a march on Brainerd Road, and it wasn't picking up no traction. I mean, it had some people coming out, but it wasn't like a movement. So I think Caleb was like, "Yo, we should do a march tomorrow," and I was like, "I'm with it, but you need time to plan." And then Hub was like, "No, Caleb's social media outreach is pretty fucking deep." You feel me? Shout out to Caleb. A whole lot of gang shit. Gang.
Young Moo.
Man. So he put it out. Tay shared it. I shared it. Trey shared it. Wiley shared it. And I mean, it was like, if this pops off in 24 hours, then that's really a sign that people are ready to do something about this shit. And when we got there, man, it was like 50 people, 60 people maybe. And it was like, man, we just gonna start marching, man. Let's do it. We had backpacks full of water, and we had the cops out there, which we really shouldn't have marched because we ain't had no permit for the shit. But the cops was cool, I guess. They didn't really have a choice, so I guess they kind of had to be cool. And people just started joining in. Before I know it, man, it was like 80 people, 100 people, 130 people, 150 people. By the time we got back, man, it was like 250 people in there. He just said, I have a key of coca for mine. He said, a blood clot nickelback pussy or same thing.
And this is what I be talking about, that he could do any and everything.
I learned that from Shotters, that one scene.
Classic. So we was talking about passion for the minority community, and tell me, initiative Untitled. You said you're just gonna keep pushing for the neighborhood. Anything that on the calendar for the group? Anything that's actively being worked on?
Not right now. We kind of had to go back to the drawing board. With some personnel changes as well. So, you know, you kind of got to go back and plot, because you don't really have, in this world, you don't have a lot of opportunities to fail. You know, before they cast you by the wayside, move on to something different. So, strategy is a big thing. You got to strategize and what have you. So that's where we at right now with that.
Okay. So we touched on it a little earlier in the interview, but you mentioned, you know, being a conscious rapper. In the world and society that we live in today, how hard is it for someone to actually listen to conscious music versus what we call now, it's been coined, mumble rap, bubblegum rap, whatever you want to call it, new wave? How do you set yourself apart as a conscious rapper for people to actually listen?
I mean, music goes in cycles. You don't have to set yourself apart. When one lane becomes saturated, it drives the demand for the other. So, you know, and you notice that's why Kendrick and Cole, Big Sean, Chance the Rapper, so why those cats, Wale, that's why they did so well, because the game was saturated by a certain type of music. Drives the need for music with a message, you know, and then as that lane becomes more saturated, we'll get into Soulja Boy that'll come around, and we wonder why he was able to smash the game, because the demand was there for it, that people needed that, you know, so it goes in cycles. You don't really have to do anything, man. You just got to be true to your art and not switch up. You can't be trapping one day and then be saving the world the next day. You know, somebody's gonna like it. As long as you get that understanding that somebody's gonna like it, but not everybody's gonna like it, you'll be better off in the long run. Some people just not gonna fuck with it, regardless of how good you are.
Just keep grinding your own.
You gotta have thick skin, man.
Okay. So, piggybacking off of the conscious rapper, you probably have talked about it a billion times since it's been released, but Childish Gambino's This Is America.
Don't catch you slipping now. Police be tripping now.
How did that make you feel as an artist and a positive influencer for our minority community.
I get jealous of people, man. Like Donald Glover and Jamie Foxx really upset me because, like, you don't have to be like that talented. You can like chill. You feel me?
Hey,
You
because
can-
both of those two guys right there fit in a whole bunch
like
of
there's,
different.
there's no reason to be like, come on, bro. It ain't that many spots. It's like the nigga that play every sport in high school. Like you already got a letterman, but now you the team captain for fucking basketball, and then they win state. Now you want to play baseball, but you also like in a theater troupe, and you're on an academic debate team. It's like sit down. No, we don't like you.
To give somebody else a shot to shine.
Get somebody something, man. It's not fair. It's not fair. This is America is probably hands down one of the dopest videos I've ever seen. Cause it subtly touches on things the way the movie Get Out did, to where, you know, you really have to understand the concepts and the subtle nuances to appreciate it for what it is. But I mean, it's nice to see somebody who's unapologetic. Jesus,
That's the word.
unapologetically speaking out, much like, you know, Kendrick did into Pimp a Butterfly and
Absolutely.
Damn for that matter, and Good Kid, Mad City.
Yeah, I was gonna say
You
you
know.
can keep going back with that one.
Yeah, it's needed, man. Because what I've learned in doing community work, man, is they won't believe you unless you speak the lingo. You know, you can preach to these kids all day, but unless you speak the language that they talk, and you can say I go through what you go through, it's gonna go in one ear and out the other. So this is America. Allow that to stick, and that's what you need. You need those. I'm not gonna call it a stepping stone, but you need those platforms to springboard off of. You know, for somebody else to come up with something that really resonates.
Okay, so from This Is America, let's flip to your influence in Cole and KOD. How did you feel about his album release this time around on KOD with the content? Because for me, as a music lover and a buff, I listened to the album and I got the vibe of new wave, but in Cole's version, because he was still giving you conscious information.
KOD is to new rap niggas what 444 is to anybody that wants to be an entrepreneur.
Okay.
It's no different. It's giving people a guide of what you should be doing, or what you can expect, given this lane that this lane in this lifestyle.
Okay.
That you're trying to ascertain to. This is what you can expect. I can tell you this because I've seen it. Same way on 444, Jay is saying, you know, if you want to make millions and you want to have generational wealth, I'm trying to give you a guide to do that in some of these songs. I think KOD is just a strategic longevity for dummies book for new rappers, saying, yeah, it's cool right now when you're 19, you 20, you 21. Yeah, it's cool. I was the same way.
Right.
But listen, bro, you gotta think past that, because these #1 singles ain't gonna last forever, because you're gonna get older.
Yeah.
And the fan base that you're tailoring to is not gonna want to hear that from a 26-year-old when they can hear it from another 19-year-old that's coming out. You gotta be ready for what's coming your way. Same thing, man. Teachers, man.
And through music, which
Through
is
music,
the best
you know?
influence I've ever had in life.
Everybody, I mean, College Dropout was a lesson. Illmatic was a lesson. Reasonable Doubt was a lesson.
Yeah.
Tupacalypse was a lesson.
All eyes on me.
Ready to Die was a lesson. Feel me?
Yeah. That's great. So, top 5 artists of all time.
Me.
Your
damn
top
it.
5.
There's no, my top
Did
5.
you just try to pull a dollar on dollar?
I almost did. But for copyright, I'm not going to. Top 5. Pac goes in my top 5, even though Pac goes in my top 5 because of revolutionary influence, but not because of rapping, because he actually wasn't that complex of a rapper.
No.
Let's just put it out there. Tupac had a dope voice, a dope rhyme scheme, and he wrote a fuck ton. You know, more so the ethic, you know, is why he goes in my top 5. I gotta put Nasir up there.
Say his whole name, huh?
Yeah, I got, man, always. Jay goes in my top 5. From Reasonable Doubt all the way up to 444. Jay goes in my top 5. M is in my top 5.
That's dope.
Easy. Like, I don't even think he white for real.
For rap.
I don't even think he white. I think that's makeup. I think Eminem been wearing makeup his whole life. And he got collagen taken out of his lips. And that's why they thin.
Or he's a Logic. He's mixed, but he looks white.
Logic's corny.
Oh, I can't co-sign that one.
He's corny.
I can't co-sign that one.
Logic's like the Black Eyed Peas of hip hop. Which is fucked up because I like him, but I don't know. I don't know. He's white for people that don't want to be white, and he's black for people that don't want to be black.
That makes
He's like stuck in limbo.
That makes a lot of sense.
I mean, he can rap. I like him. I mean, it's just weird. Who I got? I got MJ, Nas, Pop.
One more.
And I want to say Biggie, but I be honest with you, I didn't really listen to him. Biggie's voice bothered me a lot, so.
So, top 5, we just rattled off.
Pop, Nas, Hov, M, and
You said Biggie, but
I just wasn't a Biggie fan, man. Like, Biggie's dope as fuck. Something about his voice, man. I just couldn't. I don't know.
I mean, you're not the first I've heard say that, because I mean, especially with us being from the South.
Give me 3 Stacks as my 5th seed.
Okay.
That's who gets mine.
Okay, because I was finna come at you, because
I got an ode to the South. I'm from the South, so naturally, if there's one person from the South that's gonna get that spot, it's gonna be 3,000.
I'm like, you didn't name nobody from the South.
I mean, you gotta respect the birthplace of hip hop, though. You feel me?
You do, but T.I., Bun, Pimp C.
Of all time, though.
Hey, man.
Of all time, though.
All time.
Pimp C may have been one of the realest niggas of all time. But was Pimp C, from a critical standpoint, was Pimp C one of the top 5 lyricists? My Uzi weigh a ton. I bought a necklace for my dick, and my nuts got a MySpace page. Pimp C was one of the last few real niggas alive, and he was a hood prophet. But top 5, no. Pimp C don't get that spot. Bun don't get that spot. I'm sorry.
Scarface.
Scarface gets that if we had a top 5 in the South, but not of all time.
T.I. don't make it.
No. No. T.I.'s had a very long career, but T.I. will never be in a top 5 of all time.
8 Ball MJG.
We have to go to the South.
No 3-6.
I have to go to the South. We're talking about from the history of hip-hop on up.
Yeah. From the beginning of time.
Nobody that you're naming is whack whatsoever. But if you put any of those people, and I'm from the South, but if you put any of those people up against that 5, who's still coming out unscathed? None of them. None of them. If this was a March Madness bracket and you had Hov, Nas, M, Biggie, and Pop, or 3 Stacks and Pop, and then you had Pimp C, T.I., Ball and G, UGK, and give me one more. Scarface. Or even if you broke the brackets up and it was the South against somebody from the East Coast right there. I mean, it don't mean that they whack. It's just for this fight, they still top 25. But top 5, no.
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 Okay.
And there's no right answer with music.
That's what I was.
My top 5 may not even crack somebody's top 10.
Absolutely.
Somebody's top 5 might have fucking Yachty up there.
Absolutely.
You feel me?
Especially in this generation right now.
Like, there's no, and that's why I tell people, man, you just got to get into your head that some people are going to rock with you, but everybody's not going to. I may be in somebody's top 5 in the city. I may be in somebody's top 5 worst.
True.
You know what I'm saying? I know for a fact right now I'm in somebody's I'll never support this person a day in his life. I'm on somebody's list for that list. But I mean, That's your right. That's your opinion. These are mine.
And that's why we're here. So we're gonna go ahead and kill this thing, wrap it up. Tell everybody where they can follow you, keep up with you, catch the music, catch the videos, see what's going on next with J.Flo.
Free game to all artists, man. Please make all your handles the same. Stop having 4 different fucking social sites and every handle is something different, man. Stop that shit. You making it hard for your fans to get engaged with you, for them to stay up with you. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, SoundCloud. All of them is Who Is J.Flo. WHOISJ_Flow. If that don't work, take the underscore out, and I guarantee you it will work.
We'll find you there.
2 Hour Layover is on. The latest EP is on iTunes, Apple Music, Google Play, Spotify, Tidal. Maybe at a fucking Zumba class. Who knows? I don't know. I mean, just ask somebody. That sounded arrogant. Don't do that. Just inbox me. Somebody knows me from something. Either they know me from music or they just know me from. And if they don't know me, it's probably because they were cool in high school and I wasn't. It's probably why they don't know me. So.
You'd be surprised how many people actually know you from high school. The uncool kids.
Whatever. I did the popularity thing. I'm over.
Yeah, I'm all the way up, man, I'm too high up, whoa, damn. I'm all the way up, man, I'm too high up, whoa, damn. I'm all the way up, man, I'm too high up, whoa, damn. I'm all the way up, I'm all the way. Talk down, but you know me though, nigga, watch out, that's a OVO. Had a talk with mom, said she told me don't let him ride your wave, that's a rodeo. In your town.